I expect this video to take no longer than 2 minutes, I'd say. So if it's actually longer, that means I might have gotten an idea of how to complete this puzzle. Now, I have no idea what the puzzle is just yet, but I know the name of it. It's the binary counter. I couldn't even do that on paper, let alone what the fuck. Alright, never mind, that's gonna be a 15-minute video. That's insane. Welcome to the counting machine. That's a real shame, there's only 3 more levels to go, and we've just been introduced this, maybe a new mechanic. So the goal here is to make this big screen count from 0 to 15. Sounds easy indeed, but we need to represent these numbers in binary. Oh shit. Okay, 4 green sensors, and we can turn them on and off by putting a data cube on them. Then someone needs to press that red button, and this will get the data and convert to binary. The first sensor all the way on the right is the 1. Okay, that's just idiotic. Then 2. What do you mean 2? Then 4. Oh yeah, okay, get it. The red button adds them all up, and blam. So simple. Okay, so we are essentially fucked. So first of all, how do we make 15? So that should be 8, and 4 is 12, and 2 is 14, and 1 is 15. Okay, great, just checking. And we need to display 0 to 15 in order. Alright, so what should it look like? First we press the button, and then we say this should be true, then this should be true, then both of those, then only this, this and that, this and that, this, that, that. This is gonna be shit. I don't know what to do. Might be a short level after all. Anyway, let's first try and push the button. And we might just as well pick up the data cubes first. Then that should be 2 steps down. The button gets pressed, and the people standing here with the data cubes shouldn't matter. And we're only gonna have them drop down the cubes or pick them back up. So, nothing to pick up, and you are gonna say... I'm gonna count that as a 0, so that's correct. So these are the first 2 steps. Then we have to say, if you are not holding a data cube, so if my item is not a data cube, that means you are the button person, and you're gonna step up there. And I see we've got like new options, so we could say a sensor. Do we need that? I don't think, and a button, but I don't think we need that, do we? So this person should, why is it, I accidentally double clicked. Yeah, and he stepped back up. Nice. Well, how do we do this? So I'd say everyone needs to start listening, maybe, and he's gonna tell you when he's like not on the button anymore, and you all have to tell him when to... Oh shit, how do I do that? Oh boy, I think I'm starting to have an idea. Essentially, we want to go from the right and say, you should put down the data cube. They put it down, and they say, press the button. There you go. Then he says, you should switch. So this person picks up and tells the other person to switch, so put down. They tell him to do the button. Then he again says, switch, switch, switch. That doesn't work. I'm gonna need 5 minutes, and I'm gonna write the numbers on a piece of paper. Do I want to edit the numbers on the screen so you have a vague idea at least of what I'm writing down? Not at all. Just imagine some 0s and 1s going through my mind, just like Matrix. So I've got the first 7 numbers, I hope. I think they are correct. Hang on, let me check. So my 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 0, 1, 1, 0. And the example here says that I'm an idiot. Oh, I forgot 0. So, nope. Actually, that's correct. I forgot 0. So, now I'm looking at the paper and I'm thinking how to actually propagate the information. So, there is a single one that's going from right to left. Oh, shit. So, the rightmost person is gonna switch every time, right? So, they essentially start at 0. And then there's gonna be 1, 0, 1, 0, and so on. The second person is gonna have 2 zeros, 2 ones, 2 zeros, 2 ones. The third person, 4 zeros and 4 ones, and so on, I think. And the last person is gonna have 8 zeros and 8 ones. So I believe we could actually count it, and everyone would just count what the cycle number they're currently on, and they would know whether they should pick up the data cube or put it down, or, you know, leave it picked, leave it in their hands. The other way we could do it is for this person to tell them which number they're supposed to make, and he would say like, okay, 7. And this lady would know that 7 is not divisible by 2, so she has to have a 1. This idiot would subtract 1, and he would know he has to do 6, which is 2 and a 4. That wouldn't work. That's just way too difficult, and he can't say 7 anyway. Right, so we need them to realize which number they all represent. So let's say if to the right of you there is not a worker and also you are standing on a sensor, so essentially you are not this person, right? Then your item or your, value is gonna be 1. If, however, and then you're done. Yes, you're done. The right person should look at your cube. He's gonna know you're 1, and he's gonna know that he's 2. Oh, shit. Just give me 5 minutes. Hello again. I'm an idiot. Big news, right? You all knew already. Anyway, my idea was that this lady would just step down and be happy. This guy would look at her number and calculate her number times 2 and write it on his freaking cube. So this guy would know he should times 2 his number again. However, there is no way for us to freaking write anything. Shit. We're gonna have to figure out a different method of doing this. And I actually hate this so much. Could this guy just be the controller? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do it like that. So discard all of this bullshit. Sadly, I think I had an excellent idea and everyone would just count by themselves and this guy would be listening, and once they are all done, he would just here step on the freaking button and he would. So this doesn't work already. So they're all gonna step at the sensors, he's gonna step on the button, meaning we're starting at 0. Then, if you are standing on a sensor, you're gonna freaking start listening, you biatch. The button guy is gonna start walking. Anyway, these guys, if they listen to high, let's say, that means he told them, switch? Should he tell them to switch or to turn on the sensor? I'd say switch. Let's tell them to switch, okay? So, if you are holding a data cube and you've heard high, you're gonna drop it. Oh, I was afraid that there's no drop. Oh, fuck me. That would have been close. So if your item is a data cube, you drop it. Otherwise, you pick it up. There, easy, right? And then what you do is you freaking repeat forever, like an idiot. Now this should be the 4 people taken care of, and now we can just focus on the logic of this button man. So let's set memory 1 to 0. That's our first number. Now he should set them all to 1. So let's actually put it as 1 and you're... Oh shit. So we're making a 1, which means the first person has to switch. And then the second one. Fuck, this is so difficult. So you're gonna... Oh, hang on. We can just calculate this. Oh, fuck me. That's so easy. So step left and always tell the person above you to freaking switch. Always. Then step left again, and now only tell this person if shit. Oh shit. When, so at 0 and 1 you shouldn't, and at 2 and 3 you should. Does this help? It does not. 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm thinking about it being on or off again, but I should tell them when to switch. So he should switch at 2, 4, 6. So when it's divisible by 2. But I can't say whether something is divisible by 2, can I? Yeah, I can just divide. Well, shit. Oh, fuck me. Fuck me. How do I know if a number is odd or even? Is there a way for me to tell? I mean, divide by 2. If you divide 3 by 2, I believe it's gonna say 1 error and that's it. So let's go. 3 divided by 2 is 1 and you just don't care. You don't give a shit that it isn't really. Wait, do I need to know? So let's take the number 5, which is in this example here. So 5 divided by 2 is 2, which means the second sensor is gonna be on. Wait, no, sorry. The second sensor, so the index of the sensor is 2. 0, 1, 2, is this gonna be on? Right. Then if we have 8 divided by 2, which is 4, so could I say whatever number I divide by 2, I have no idea what I'm doing. I've just realized I forgot to explain in case someone might not know. Binary numbers, that's simply a different way of writing, numbers. We use the decimal system of writing numbers. So that's like 1, 8, 5, or even 15, right? So after 9, you have a 1 and a 0, that's a 10. And you basically start again on the 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the 0 in front. But binary basically tells us how many times in that number do we have a 1, a 2, a 4 and an 8 in this case. So that's 4 bits we have. So this 5 here means there's a 1, not a 2, a 4, not an 8. A 4 and a 1 is 5. As for the 8, there's only an 8, no 4, no 2, no 1, and so on. Now, the first bit is easy. It always switches. So I said step right and always say hi to this lady here. Then I'd say once you get at the end, you should only tell hi if the number we are trying to say is larger than 7, or let's say larger or equal to 8. So from 8, we're gonna need the 8th bit to be always on. So you're gonna tell hi above you, but I said we only tell if we want them to switch. So let's actually say only if it's 8, they switch. Now the 2 bits in the middle are the problem. This person has to switch every second turn, and this every 4th turn. That's because they represent the numbers 2 and 4. So how do we do that? Well, the way of doing this obviously is to have a bunch of these if statements. You know what? Screw it. Let's do it. So that's the first person. Now the second person. If, so they should switch at 1, 3, 5 and so on. So if in memory 1 you have a 1 or 3 or 5 or 13, 11, 9, so on, then tell hi there. This is nasty, but it works, I hope. Essentially, he wants to tell hi when the number is not even, but I just can't think of a way to actually figure out whether the number is even or not. Since in coding you usually use a specific function, like the little percent symbol, you know, which basically tells you if the number is divisible by 2. Anyway, there's the second person, step left, and the third person. They should switch on, let me see, on 3, 7, 11. That's it, right? Yes, I think so. 3, 7, 11. Now this code is essentially shit, but also at the same time it's really short. Since this game doesn't care whether our if statement has 7 lines or not, since they technically count it as 1, and that's 13 was supposed to be 11. Then you tell hi to the person above you. And again, you have to step, you have to step left there. Yes, that should be it. So let's repeat. Pick up your QBs. Let's actually pick up your QBs here. Oh, you can't. You've already stepped down twice, you idiots. So you pick up the QBs above you. There. So everyone take 2 steps down. He presses the button. Those people are at the sensors and they pick up the QBs. Then they start listening for a hi. If they are holding a data cube, they drop it. Otherwise, they pick it up and they repeat. So only when they're told to switch, holding or not holding, they do just that. And that's an infinite loop for them. Now this button person, standing currently on the button, sets memory 1 to 1. That is the number he's trying to put here right now. So step left to the first person, always tell hi. We need them to switch every time. Step left again. This person switches on every odd turn or even, as is here. Step again, 3, 7, 11. Step again, only on 8. And that's it. Then calculate the next number and then you walk all the way back to the button. So we could actually tell this person to remember the button, right? I wanted to tell, but we need to set. So memory 2 is gonna be the nearest. Are you taking the piss? You can't even say the nearest item, like the button. Can I say the directions, remember the button? I just wonder what's gonna be in memory 2, but this person should have the button there. But then we can say go to, so step 2, memory 2, step to the button and repeat. So we're gonna have a jump to there. Nice. Anyway, this calculation can happen here, and that's because on the last turn when he shows 15, we no longer have to calculate and it's already gonna be done. So that's time saving right there. Now this is gonna work. First try, I mean, come on. But I just need to know whether memory 2 is gonna have the button or not. So let's have a step-by-step first. This person should skip that, and memory 2 is button. Look at that, it says button. Anyway, now I can just let it run, and he says hi to both of them and already fucked it up. It's shit already. Why have you fucked it up? Come on, man. Oh, you're not supposed to say on 1. Oh, am I an idiot? I think I might be an idiot, actually. Oh, fuck. I think I've done it. I think I'm off by 1. So when he has 1 in his memory, he's actually trying to show number 2. Right, so should we say 0 here? And that should be fine, shouldn't it? Because this is gonna get skipped. Yeah. I think I messed up tiny bit. But now, hi there. That's it. Button, that's a 1. Nice. Hi again, and that should be a 2. Oh, this is brilliant. So let's fucking speed this up. 3, 4, Never in the history of the world has counting been this exciting. Except for the rocket launch and the people going to the moon or stuff. You know, counting is fun, especially when counting in binary. But I'm not that fast, and I want this to be over already. Oh, 15! What the shit are you doing? It was 15! Are you taking the piss, you bitch? Oh, in 15. And that's it. So what the fuck is your problem? 0 to 15 displayed in order. We haven't freaking skipped a single button. What do you mean? Make the green screen display each of the numbers. Place cubes. Press big button. Did I miss a button? 2, 3, a number, I mean 5, 6, 7. Whoa! After 7 comes 0. Are you shitting me? Okay, so let's try again and find the 7. And then I'm gonna slow it down. Right, so that's a 7. And now for 8, we need the first one, this guy, to put it down and the others to bring it up. So that's... Oh, I see. So here I have the odd numbers and here I have an 8. So this is supposed to be a 7. Now it's gonna work. Let's go. 1, 2, let's go faster. 5, 6, 7, yes! 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, yes! 15, easiest assignment of my life. Come on, let me see those optional challenges. Shit! Oh, shit! Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, well, are you taking the piss? Like, how can I be this dumb? So, I need 14 commands and do this in 11 seconds? Are you shitting me? Oh, what the fuck? Okay, there's no way in hell I'm doing that. But I mean, cut the number of commands in half. How? Well, I agree that this solution is pretty shit, but I just don't see a way around it, since I don't have the commands I would like to use. Also, we need to be quite fast. Now, can I get a hint? I don't think so. I think he's gonna say some bullshit like this. Look at me. Do I look like I can help with this? Already explained binary, alright. If you need more help, type binary tutorial and fuck off. Okay, great. So basically Google it. Don't bother me with that. Thank you. We could hopefully make it faster by not doing the tell and listen shit, but by having the people count this themselves. So let's actually copy the code to here, and we're gonna say no listen bullshit, nothing like that. So everyone is gonna set memory 1 to 0. You don't need to remember the button, and if you're standing on a sensor, always pick it up and say if that you switch. So you do that. Oh shoot, but you don't know which bit you are representing. Now this is why I didn't know how to do that. Anyway, I think for now this is as, you know, good or as far as I'm gonna get. So, if you have any suggestions, please do share them with me. Honestly, they are welcome. And as for this, I never liked binary that much. I'm just really, you know, excited that I was even able to do this at all. So suggestions in the comments. If you hate me for this piece of crap, also do let me know. It's gonna be fun.